YouTube, what the crap's going on? Air of Carthage here. We got you a 2v2 battle. It should be pretty fun. I thought I heard Balthasar in here. Did I? I hope I heard Balthasar. That'd be a lot of fun. Yes, I did hear Balthasar. So we got Balthasar Gelt, and no doubt he has final transmutation. I mean, I would think that's a given at this point. Transmutation of lead, plague of rust, glittering robe. Yeah, he has final transmutation. He's got a wood elf ally. Oh, there's a fight already going on out here that we missed, where the wood elves drop down on some Norsca marauders. So hawk riders and dragons dump down on some marauder units. Managed to rout one. Let's take a look at the armies here. So we got 2 hawk riders and a glady with her dragon, glade guard with starfire shafts, 2 war dancers, an eternal guard. We've got 2 Wildwood Rangers in the back, Branch Wraith, more Eternal Guards. The Empire line is Flagellants and Sigmar's Sons, backed up by Great Swords, Balthasar Gelt, 2 Spears, Royal Altdorf Griffites, and a Demigryph Knight with Halberd. They are right now facing down Skin Wolves, which are making a way too hasty attack here. Unless they have something up their sleeve. There's a Death Sorcerer here. Yeah, Fate of Yuna is not going to be enough. They would have taken something a little more extreme there. The Wood Elves here are protecting their archers. They use the Prey of Anathrema to slow down the Norscan Ice Wolves. And the War Dancers and Eternal Guard are mopping them up, and then the Marauders continue to be mobbed by the flying units. Let's just see what happens here. For the rest of the Norscan armies, we got some Famir warriors with great weapons, Throg, Berserkers. We have some Marauders and Icehorn Marauders in a mainline unit here. There are some Marauder Javelins, a couple of Marauder Champions with great weapons. And here comes the Purple Son of Zerus from the Death Sorcerer, but it is not against the right target, really. It got some damage done. There is one Demigryph Knight routing, actually. And the Skin Wolves and the Maws of Savagery actually did get some work done here in the end, in what I thought was a hopeless situation for Norsca. These Azrae Spear getting charged by the Norscan Warhounds. That charge will go well for the Warhounds, but then the Loex Tricksters are going to have a field day with that. All the unbreakable units for the Empire are combined with some Warrior Priest as well, so it's going to make it very hard for Norsca to make a knockout blow here like they normally do. And the Wood Elves doing a good job of picking off that flank, so there's no Norscan threat on that side of the battlefield. Wulfric is out here on a horse, trying to get rid of the Loex Tricksters, and they will. They're going to succeed there. There's another Shaman Sorcerer. That's probably the same Shaman Sorcerer. And the Empire's Royal Altdorf Griffites get wrecked here, which is a pretty big loss. Ooh, that Transmutation of Lead, though, going to be a pretty big debuff here. That should help out the Flagellants quite a lot in combat. Let's see what else comes in here. This would be a good place for Final Transmutation as well. But that Transmutation of Lead, cool use of it. It's a massive debuff. It's hurting the Norscans something fierce here. The Norscans went all in on this flank, and now they're going to be able to pile on through. There's the Famir warriors here pounding their way through a Flagellant, which gets rear charged by some Ice Wolves. Wulfric, oh, what a beautiful spot for Seafang. Look at the devastation from Seafang. Absolutely marvelous Seafang there from Wulfric. Beautiful, 131 kills, just decimated the Empire infantry line, but unfortunately it's too late to save some of the Norscan line. But what a play by Wulfric there. Well done. So some Marauders are much needed in this fight. I think that Norsca engaged a little too quickly in too many spots. Here comes the Wildwood Rangers. That's going to be bad news for the Famir Warriors because there's all this anti-large. I mean, the Famir Warriors do a lot of damage versus armor, but this is not a particularly high armor unit per se. Just kind of keep an eye on everything that's going on here. So the Famir Warriors, the Shaman Sorcerer up here. Throg took a nasty hit there from the Glady. Nice skirmishing from behind here, Hawk Riders, but the Wildwood Rangers are actually going to get overwhelmed. Ooh, this is why you got to watch out for those blobs, though. That is a Final Transmutation, and that is a huge blob of Norscan units. It was not an overcast version, but it still burned down a lot of Norscan health there. Fortunately, the Berserkers were able to come in and help reinforce. But the battle, in my opinion, is not looking good for Norsca here. Throg is throwing up on Balthasar, but fortunately Balthasar's metal face, I guess, protected him from the vomit just a little bit. Here comes another, that was another Seafang. Look at Throg just standing here. going to get after these sweet Regiment of Renown units here. So let's just see. It is actually still a fairly tight battle according to the balance bar. With this Skinwolf Werekin actually just came back from routing right in the face of all these enemies. If he can run away, he should have ran away and just like replenished. He could have replenished almost all of his health. The Marauders have busted through, and now there's not a whole lot of Empire infantry left. And with all these Marauder Berserkers left, it's going to depend on how much magic Balthasar has and whether he has enough magic to burn down his enemies. Balthasar's in a little bit of trouble, though. He doesn't have a whole lot of places to run away from his enemies. There is a Warrior Priest in there, Shaman Sorcerer at Death Routes, and there's some great swords coming down. A Transmutation of Lead is going to debuff all the Norsecan units, which will help. Will certainly help. These Javelins are sitting back throwing Javelins in. Not exactly sure who they've targeted. I guess these wolves are the ones that the transmutation got cast on because it's now moving away. Branch Wraith is still alive. Balthasar is trying to survive. He's being helped by Hawk Riders and Warrior Priest. Arrows of Kurnos coming in as well. It's pretty cool to see Balthasar actually kind of helping to clutch out a battle with all of his spells. Throg was in here also trying to get at Balthasar, but that just brings down the Glady's Wrath, and then Throg takes an absolute beating. Wulfric is also going to be in rough shape. So look at this. I like that. Nice use of Balthasar. Balthasar is experiencing a little bit of Javelin Day celebration from the Norskins here. But I think at this point they're going to take it home. That was a cool battle. I enjoyed that a lot. I do think Norsca is pretty much finished here. But that was a fun battle. There are some scattered Norscan units coming back. The Skinwolves out here. I think that other Skinwolf Werekin probably got killed. Unless I can find it somewhere. There is another Werekin over here. I don't know. There's some Norsca troops coming back. I just don't see how they're going to pull their way out of this, though, because they just lost Wulfric. Throg is still alive. But I don't think he can easily get to Balthasar. There's a lot of troops around. He's trying, though. Look at that troll go. I mean, the Glady is probably going to get Throg here before he's able to actually kill Balthasar. Balthasar's on foot, so he's just going to get knocked around a lot. And then Throg's going to get bogged down in these melee fights. Ooh, Prey of Anathema. He's going to hold Throg still. And he's going to get charged by all these enemy units. So I do believe that's going to be the end of Throg. He's going to go down, hammering his way to glory. But yeah, there's no way he survives this. The dragon's just like sitting there looking at him. That was kind of funny. So fun battle, fun battle. Thanks to Tact and something Wiggy Bones or whatever. And then Legend and Jonas. Thank you all for putting on a fun battle. Let's take a look at some of the stats. So Balthasar, let's check his army. Only 8 kills for Balthasar, but he did immense damage. That final transmutation on Norsca was brutal. Absolutely brutal. And then the awesome debuffs. But look at this, Wulfric, 256 kills from some beautiful Sea Fang usage. So awesome job, Legend. That was incredible. Look at the kills on those Marauder Hunters there, too. So Legend definitely had some cool plays in there. And then let's check out Jonas here. Throg got 87 kills, which is nothing to slouch at. That was pretty good. Some kills on the Famir Warriors. A little bit better with the Berserkers here. A couple of those Berserkers did pretty good. And then if we look at the Elf player, look at these War Dancer kills. Good grief, man. Those girls brought home some serious pain there, and so did the Loex Tricksters. And then for the Empire, I think Balthasar really was the MVP. Not a ton of kills here, but he did immense damage. Some pretty good performance out of those great swords as well. Hey, appreciate MSI sponsoring my channel, and I appreciate you all being here. I hope you enjoyed these videos. I'll be back with more. Have a great weekend. Heir of Carthage signing out for now.